Hello everyone and welcome back to our YouTube channel Learning Pocket. So in the previous video, what we have seen or we have completed the full backend part. We have created all the APIs, API for creating the data in the database, for updating the data in the database, for fetching the data in the database, and for deleting the data, right? So now from this video onward, we are going to deal with the front end part, and we are using the framework React. Basically, React is not a framework, it is a JavaScript library, right? So let's get started, and let me open my folder, and in my folder I'll open my VS Code right here. I'll simply create our first React project, right? One thing I want to tell you that make sure you have installed Node in your PC. I have already told the prerequisites in the very first or very second video of the series. So make sure you have Node installed in your system, and I have opened VS Code in my Mern crud folder, right? And now I'll open terminal. You can open terminal from here also, and after opening the terminal, you have to write one command: npx create React app for creating our app, and I'm giving the name as client, right? For backend we have given the name server, and for frontend I'm giving the name client, right? So this will make one folder in my this directory named client, and it will install all dependencies that is required for front end part, right? So I'll pause the video till it takes time of at most 2 to 3 minutes, then I'll resume it again, right? Okay, so my project is created now, and I can it says that you can start the server using cd client and npm start and happy hacking, right? So let's start the server with cd client and cd client and then npm start to start the server. Okay, let me first tell you how React works. React basically creates a virtual DOM, okay, and it basically follow two steps. First step is that when a state changes in a component, an algorithm named diffing algorithm runs, and it identifies what has changed. Okay, and the second step is reconciliation, which updates the result of that algorithm, right? So this is how React works. Let me tell you the folder structure of the client. Then it has node modules in which I have all the dependencies that I have installed already, and this is my public folder and this is my src folder, right? So in public folder we have index.html and two logos. One is robots.txt and one is favicon, right? And in src we have some javascript files, some logo, and some css files, right? So let me delete first some files, right? I'll delete setup test.js, report vitals, logo, then app test.js and app.css, right? I'll delete all these files, and then I'll delete the logos also. I'll delete these two logos, right? I don't need these. Okay, and let me the server is starting the development server. Okay, and this is let me tell you, this is our main file index.js, and I'll delete these also. Here I'm getting document.get element by id root. The name of id is root, and in the app.js, right? In the app.js I am passing some header files, right? Some divisions through which I am reflecting some text, right? So this is our server. The server is started on localhost 3000, right? And this is the part which reflects this here, right? So this is app.js and this is index.js. Let me tell you about index.html. I have one division only, whose id is root. Okay, so I'm giving the data from this React DOM, this is what I have told you in the starting, that React creates a virtual DOM. This is that DOM, and this gives the data to this index.html and in this division, and everything will be displayed in this division. I'll show you when I'll inspect the element, right? So this is about the folder structure. These are some we create components in this src folder. Will definitely deals in this src folder only. This is the css file which is provided by the React itself from the this is default React, and this is default css, right? And let's start creating our first hello world project, right? So let me close this, and let me close this, and I'll go into the app.js, and I'll let me move down this, and I'll delete everything that is here in the header, and I'll also delete this app.css and logo.css, right? And I'll simply write h1 hello world, right? And I'll save it, and hello world is reflected here, right? So the main functionality of React is that in React we don't have this refresh functionality. Like let's suppose in any website, if you click on any link of, or if you click on to navigate to other pages, the website reloads. But in React there is nothing like that. Basically React makes single page applications, right? We don't create multi-page applications like in many front-end using many front-end frameworks. Okay, so we create single page applications using React, and this is our first hello world program in React. And let's do some more component. Let's add some more components here, and we will create first navbar. So I'm making one folder for components, right? Components, and in components I'll create one file named navbar.js, right? And in navbar.js I'll create a function for navbar const navbar is equals to I'm using functional components, and I'll simply use a return, right? And then let's suppose I pass one division, okay? And in division, let's suppose this is navbar, right? And I'll have to, for using it, the main properties of components is that what we can reuse the components, right? So I'll use this component in app.js. So first I have to export it, export default and navbar, right? So after exporting, I have to use it in sorry, I made one mistake. I have to use it in app.js. So I'll have to import first. So import navbar from components navbar, and I'll simply call it here in the class name app. So navbar, right? So this is navbar, right? So our components are working fine. And for adding our navbar, we are using material UI. Let me show you what is material UI. So materialui.com. This is this is React components for faster and easier web development. Build your own design system or start with material design. So I'll click on get started, and I have to install material UI on our system. So I'll just copy this npm install at that material UI core, and I'll go to the terminal, and I'll create one more terminal, and I'll paste it here. It will auto install this material UI core, right? So for creating the navbar, I have to import some let me show you how we can import navbar. So I'll have to search for this. Okay, so I'll simply search here app bar. Basically navbar in material UI is app bar, and in the app bar there are some, this is app bar. Okay, so I can use this one, or I can use this one, I can use this type of. So I'm just here, I have to write app bar and toolbar, right? So I'll get this. So let me write this, and in the division I'll write okay, let me remove this. Okay, let me remove this one, and I'll simply call app bar, right? And I'll have to call toolbar. No, I'll have to call toolbar, and I think I'm right. Toolbar and app bar, right, and I have to import this also. So import app bar comma toolbar from @material UI core from sorry, I have installed no, right, so I have to just let me check it, show the full source, from material UI core, okay, from @material UI slash core, right. So this is fine, I guess. Yes, this is fine. So I have imported material app bar and toolbar from material UI core, and let me check it. My server. I think my server is compiling, right? So let's wait for compilation, and after that we will see Navbar here, right? So it has compiled perfectly, and here we have got navbar like this, right. So this is it for this video, and in the next video we will add some text here, and we will create the card for the job section. We will create forms for adding the data, right. So hope you have got how we can use material UI for creating the front end part, for styling our front end part, right. So this is it for today, and hope you have understood everything. If you face any difficulty, feel free to comment down below. If you find this video helpful, do hit the like button, and do share this series with your friends so that they can get benefit of this series too. And make sure to subscribe the channel if you haven't subscribed it, and please make sure the bell notification should be on. And I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take care.